Hi, welcome to
Bar Buddies. So I like to start off all of my interviews with this very simple question. What is your favorite 90s bop?
Favorite 90s bop? Dude, honestly, Lauryn Hill, X Factor. Oh, so freaking good. And then I saw her at Bonnaroo, and just seeing that played live she went an hour and a half over her set, and then Frank Ocean came on after that. I was like, yes, God, thank you so much. I was dehydrated. I was like peeing like on the ground, but I said, it's totally worth it.
Sometimes you do what you gotta do.
Especially at a music concert where it's like literally 95 degrees all day, every day.
Last summer, I did my first festival, so I did Laurel Live, and I was there for 2 days. So I was there for Hosier and then Sheryl Crow. And I didn't stay for Sheryl Crow, mostly because I couldn't finesse my way into her photo pit. But it was so hot. I got so sunburned, and I was there for like 12 hours each day. And I was like,
oh my God.
That's so much. And I was like, I'd do it all over again. Obviously,
what's the festival called again?
It's called Laurel Live, but I think now they changed the name to Wonderstruck.
Okay, gotcha. I was like, I've never heard of that before.
Yeah, it's they also do one in Columbus called Wonder Bus, and they have they do try to get some local acts. So I would be like, hey,
hint. Can I talk to your manager?
What's up? So you guys were formed in Kent. Did you guys all go to Kent State? Just have
our bassist went to Kent State, our drummer went to OSU, and then our guitarist went to Kent State and then dropped out and then re-enrolled, and then I think he dropped out again. So and then I also go to Kent online. I want to consider that actually going to Kent, but I just do that
because I'm doing summer courses online, so it counts.
Oh my God, I'm dying. I really don't want to do it.
I'm taking a full 12 because I got furloughed, so I was like, whatever, I'll just take summer classes, it'll be fun. And now I'm like, oh my God.
I regret this immensely.
I took 12 credit hours over the summer. They're like, don't do that. And I was like, well,
it's fine.
I got nothing else to do. So how did you guys all meet?
I've known Levon probably since I was 15 or 16, and then I went to school with his sister. So I had met his sister first in class, and then I was at a party that he was at, and I was smoking weed, and I said, dude, you want to smoke some weed? And he was like, yeah, dude, let's smoke some weed. And so we smoked some weed, and then we've been friends ever since.
Those are the best stories where you're just like, hey. That's how my former roommate and I, because we don't live together anymore, but she was my freshman roommate when I started at Kent. And, we had been she'd been my randomly assigned roommate 3 days before we moved in, so I didn't know her. And she walked in, and she's like, you'll never fucking guess what just happened to me. And then that was it. That was it. We were best friends.
What's the thesis?
I don't even remember what it was, but that's how she barged into the room after I had moved in, and she was like, you'll never fucking believe what just happened here.
And you're like, and that's where I met the love of my life. I love that.
So I have a small list of questions, but I try to wing it because I try not to go into my interviews too much knowing about a lot of people, because I want to talk to you and I want to get to know you. You're self-described on your Facebook page as bad jokes. So can you give me your best bad joke?
What do you call it? What do you call it? When does a joke become a dad joke?
When
it becomes apparent. It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. But we use that on stage all the time. If it's just this awkward lull between sets.
My favorite one to tell my little brother, I say, why can't you hear a pterodactyl go to the bathroom?
Why?
Because it's dead.
Fuck. That's terrible.
It was because the P is silent. I was like, no, because it's extinct. It's not.
It actually doesn't exist anymore because you probably couldn't.
Yeah. So what has been your favorite song to perform? How long have you guys been performing, actually? I want to start there.
We've been performing since, I've just been drinking.
Okay.
We've been performing since 2018, but we formed, I think, at the end of 2017. So just 2 years. We've only been together for 2 years. It's the longest relationship I've had, though.
So you guys have one EP out, and you guys just released a new single, and I also stalked you guys on Instagram, and I was looking at the photos, and I was like, these are baller because I vibe. Tell me a little bit about your new song. Tell me how it came out. What's the vibe here? What's the story?
What's the tea this? I feel like almost like every song is just like the tea, because it's always about somebody that I've been with, and like this one in particular was like, I don't know. She's a great girl, and I'm sure she'll watch this, but like it just like wasn't like when we first started seeing each other, she was like, yeah, like I don't know if we can continue this, like I'm like kind of in love with somebody else, and it was a man, and I'm just like, I fucking hate that, you know what I mean? But while that was happening, we like had this melody going, and I was like, call my name. Yeah, call my name. And also I think the movie Call Me By Your Name or something like that. Yeah, exactly. I was like, this is great. This is perfect. So yeah, that's what the song's about. And like her and I are no longer together. It'd be cool if her and I were still together, but we're no longer together.
That's how it goes. I said, regrettably, I am attracted to men as well, and I was like, my not mans is also in a band, so it's like, it's fine. Like, regrettably, unfortunately, that's how it is.
It's like, honestly, it's totally fine, and I think like bisexuals or like people who are pan or people who really just don't even have a preference, like they get so much flack for like liking men in general, because like I can say it right now, like I think men are pretty dumb, like I'm like whatever about them, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like it's like how I can't help the way I love women as women love men and women, and like bi erasure is so terrible.
Ugh, don't even
community, especially
every day on Pride Month, we go through the same.
It's terrible, especially like it's probably the worst within like the LGBT community within self. Like if you're straight and you know someone who's bi, they're like, whatever. But like as soon as you tell like a gay person you're bi, they're like, you're confused. You're like, what?
I know. I also don't want to be attracted to men, but here we are.
I've heard every bisexual tell me that. I feel like it's a really terrible thing. It's just terrible that I'm attracted to men. It's just I don't understand.
But I digress.
That's a conversation for another day.
That is a whole. I could go on a whole tangent about that in and of itself, but.
That's like a podcast episode. That's like an hour-and-a-half podcast episode.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't have that kind of time right now, but I will in about 7 weeks.
Well, me too.
Hopefully, if we come back on, like, if we get to go back, like, in the studio, I would love to have you guys on, and we could just talk about it, because I got to fill the time somehow. It's 2 hours every week, and I'm like, hell, it's just me, and I talk to myself, and it's me just going like, hey guys, what's up? The weather is nice out, and I have music, and here it is. So
I think it's so weird, even now, like talking to you though, like just like hearing yourself talk, and like you're in this room by yourself, and you're just like, this is weird. Like, yeah. I don't like this.
But also I'm a narcissist in the way that like I love to hear myself talk.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you think you're amazing. I mean, you probably are, but like you're probably like, I'm shit.
I said this shirt says other. Well, you can't really see it, but this shirt says otherwise. It's a very, very ugly floral shirt that I snatched up thrifting, and I was like, I gotta take it.
Dude,
that's my whole closet now. It's just oddly patterned shirts, because I have to fit into the stereotype.
I was just about to say.
I said, shirt is tucked in, jeans are cuffed.
Wait, you want to hear a joke?
Yes.
All right, why do bisexuals take so long in the bathroom?
Why?
Because they had to tuck their shirt in.
Yeah. I'm getting really good at doing it really quickly, because half the time I just don't care. Because like I'll be at a gig and I'll just be like, it's gonna come undone anyways. I don't care. I said, as long as everybody saw me when I walked in, it's fine.
You're like, she's bisexual. We're good.
Everybody knows. It's all good.
Not a reiteration.
Because you guys have played at Mayhall's, correct?
Right.
Have you guys played the upstairs or the downstairs? I forget what they're called.
We've only played main stage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Avoid the locker room if you can help it. It's ass.
God, the sound is terrible. Sorry, Mayhalls. The sound is terrible.
It's ass down there. Well, they have a third venue, the apartment, and there's no lights in there.
No, dude.
There's
Absolutely.
like legitimately no lights in there, and I'm like, how
I can't see shit. It's also just hot as balls down there too.
Yeah, it was not fun. City Mouth, the band my Not Mans is in, they've only played downstairs both times that I've seen them in Cleveland, and it sucks. It's terrible.
Get them upstairs, man. I'm sure it's really you can do it.
Yeah, they've played upstairs before, but for whatever reason, for Summer Bummerfest, they were downstairs instead of on the main stage, which was probably better because I don't have to elbow my way through as many people.
That's fair. That's fair.
But
The bass band is definitely more inside.
If you guys could play a dream show anywhere, anytime, what would it be and why? Or where?
I don't know if I can speak on behalf of everybody, but I would love to play at Madison Square Garden. I think that'd be so awesome. And I wouldn't even want to be the main act. Like, I would want to open up for somebody like Phoebe Bridgers or like the 1975 and like people like that. Yeah, I think that'd be so cool.
Yeah. I was trying to get in to see the 19s. I tried to finesse my way into as many shows as I can without actually having to pay if they're like bigger. So I was trying to finesse my way into like that, and then because the 1975 was coming, and then Harry Styles. So far nothing, but I'm trying.
How do you do that?
I send a lot of emails. If nobody responds back to me, it's just like the same email until somebody just says shut up. It works. It works. I end up doing that. I end up on some weird press list, but it's somehow I ended up on Meg Thee Stallion's press list, and I was like, okay, I don't know how I got my information, but what's up?
That's the way to do it, like persistency. Like, I feel like some people, like, because I have that syndrome too, where it's just like almost like a delusion of grandeur, you know. But like, if you really are persistent and like you just don't stop and you don't let anybody like tell you what to do, like you can do it, and clearly like you've done it. Yeah. And I think that's so stupid when people are like, that's so annoying, like blah blah. It's like, who cares? Like, you're literally never gonna talk to these people ever again in your life.
Yeah, unless I need something from
them. Well.
Okay, so did I ask you what your favorite song to perform is yet?
You did, but I think we got sidetracked.
Yeah, I think that was our original question.
And then we're like, bye, erasure. About that. I don't like.
That is not the vibe.
That is not the vibe. I'm trying to think. What song do I like performing? I think like vocally, I really like this song called "One Last Time," and it's one of our newer songs. So I don't even know if many people have even like heard us perform. I think we've only performed it twice, but vocally, that is my favorite song to perform. And then probably just like high energy is probably next to, because I do like a mic drop at the end, and then I take the guitar, and then me and my guitarist, we switch, and he picks up the sax, and it's just like bum 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 for like the last like minute and a half of the song. That's probably, yeah, I would say that's it. Chef's kiss.
I've also forgotten how to like talk to people since I've been in quarantine.
Girl. Mm-hmm.
I've legitimately like, I have like a small circle of people that I talk to on the daily, and it doesn't even matter if what I say makes sense. But then I was like, oh my God, I don't know how to like talk to anybody.
Oh my God, it's like so exhausting now. And like normally you have like a facade in general, I feel like. And so like when you get back into it, because I just went back to work, talking to people has been insane. I'm just like, oh my God, they know I'm fake as fuck right now. Like, I can't hide it anymore. I just don't care.
They said, we know this is your customer service voice. And I said, whoops. I can't go back to working at customer service. I need my office job back.
Yeah, dude, what did you get furloughed from?
So I work for the university. So I work for Kent State in their donor recognition program, and I am their student assistant. So when you get like a named scholarship from Kent State, you have to fill out this like thank you note. And my job is to like manage that program. So I have to read every single one of them, which is, it's just, some of them it's fine. Like they're whatever, but like the memorable ones are the ones where I have to like decipher like hieroglyphics. Cause I was like, I don't know what this means.
It's like, why can't you type it out?
Yeah, and then I have to email them and be like, hey, I need you to fill this out again. And they're like, but I did it. And I was like, yeah, I know, but you wrote one sentence and this person gave you a lot of money. So we
So
need like 2 sentences.
at least.
So, going back to I stalked you on Instagram because I was like, also I should tell you the link on your Facebook page to your Instagram is broken.
No.
So, but I did search you guys on Instagram because I was like, do they not have an Instagram? But then, sometimes it just happens. But I saw you guys have been so politically like out there with like Black Lives Matter and all like the places to like donate. So why choose to do that when like a lot of other bands are just like a portion of our merch is going to a charity, but instead you guys are like sharing all of these resources and news articles and stuff?
I think, like, obviously, because our 20% of our church sales are going to Black Lives Matter, but like, I think knowledge is more powerful than a monetary amount that you can send somewhere. Because like, for me, I feel like that's like a cop out. Like, it's so easy to just donate money and then you feel better about it and then you can forget about it. But if you inform yourself and you're aware and you sign petitions, it just opens up your whole entire world. Like, the whole thing about like white privilege is just being in denial of it and not recognizing it and like stepping forward and be like, this isn't okay. Like, we need to stand up for this community that is like extremely oppressed, like more than any kind of race, other than like, I have a platform that I can like voice those thoughts and feelings and like the concerns and resources. Like, I might as well take advantage of it, especially right now. And I think like it's seeing other bands not stepping up to the plate and using their platform. Like, there's this one band that I follow, they literally put up like that black square 13 minutes before midnight on that day. So it's just like, dude, you just totally copped out. Like, you just did it because everyone else is doing it, but you didn't look into it and you weren't taking action at all.
I think that is really cool because like I do see like a lot of people I follow are very into like the performance activism or like performative activism, which like I don't like, it's part of the way there, but also it's not really the way there. And I was just like, it was really nice to see that you guys are just like, I mean, you guys were doing that. The Grievance Club, I think, has been doing that too. I'm trying to think of who else. I'm just like I have all this time and I'm just not on social media anymore to like check these things because I'm just like, I got other things to worry about. I got resources to share. I don't have time to watch your Instagram stories.
Yeah, come on now. I gotta read shit.
I said I gotta educate the people that don't know these things because apparently that's my job.
White people. Yeah. We have to educate white people.
Yeah, well, I moved back home because can't say
R.I.P.
and so I'm doing all this stuff from my childhood bedroom and it's like whatever. But my hometown hosted like a march because we're not a small town, but we have like small town mentality. And
where are you from?
I'm from Twinsburg.
Okay, gotcha.
The land of twins. But I am
Wait a second. Do you know? I don't know. We can talk about this later. That's fine. Keep going.
And it basically, so this, we have like, how like all these towns have like Facebook pages and they're like, oh my God, like everybody, it's like the end of the world. So the guy who runs it, yeah, well, it's an old white guy that runs it. And he was like, racism isn't a local issue. So we started a whole like movement in town being like, fuck this guy. But anybody who knows anything knows what this is about. So, but fuck that guy. And then he showed up to the march and then he spoke and we were like,
what?
And then his son spoke before that and I was like, there are too many white people on this stage right now.
What the fuck? How can you even have the privilege of just like getting up there and just like speaking? Anyone can speak?
I don't know. But like being able to see that so many like bands and stuff are like choosing to use their platforms in such like a positive way, it's just like, it's really nice.
Oh yeah, and it's not all about like you and like your music. Like sometimes it is about the rest of the world. It has nothing to do with you at all.
Yeah. So since we are in quarantine and I feel like everybody's been kind of trying to keep themselves busy, do you have any tips for avoiding burnout as you like write new music or record new music or in general? Because I am also very burnt out, so I feel like this is the question I need to ask to be like, how can I get my shit back together?
I've just been drinking a lot. Not that it makes me any productive, but it makes me feel better.
Sometimes
Buying
it matters.
plants has been definitely one of those things that helps from burnout. I don't really like. I write songs, but like they're not good enough to like make the band. So I don't know. I wish I had some advice. I have no idea. It's honestly 2020 is just terrible. It's just so terrible. It is what it is. I don't know.
As the famous TikTok once said, it is what it is.
It is what it is. Oh my
What
god,
is I love TikTok. Again, another side topic, but like TikTok is so like ugh.
Let me know when I come in the studio. I got you.
Yeah, we got this. So what is your songwriting process like, even if they don't necessarily make it into the band?
My songwriting process. I do a lot of this. I don't know. I just play around, and like my music taste is very different from everybody else in the band. Like all of our music tastes are so different from each other. But like I'm really into Phoebe Bridgers right now, so like I'm learning guitar like with different tunings. So I've just been experimenting with tuning and stuff like that. I bought an omnichord. Do you know what that is?
I think no. I'm thinking for some reason I'm thinking of a melodica.
Oh, a melodica.
Yeah, and that's for whatever reason that's what popped into my head, but I know that's not what it is.
Have you seen Phoebe Bridgers' performance in the bathtub?
I think.
She's singing Kyoto.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you look that up, that's what an omnichord is. It's just like this giant toy. So I've just been playing around with that. But they're like, my songs are super acoustic, like sing-songy writer. Like I have a SoundCloud of just my shit. I'm going to plug my own stuff right now.
Do it.
Danna O'Connor at SoundCloud. That's my shit. Anyway, fuck Post Saga. They're terrible.
That's me in my discussion post. And they're like, what do you do? And I was like, also, I have a radio show. I was like, hit me up. I was like, self-promo. Every time. I always work it in there. I was like, follow me on Twitter and Instagram. And they're like,
just link everything.
How to do it.
Why not?
So I assume you guys are working on new music for the band.
Yes.
So are you guys signed with the label, or are you guys releasing it independently?
If anybody wants to sign us for a label, we're so open to it, but we're not. Okay. The only kind of like cool thing that we have is just we have a band manager who like does a lot of our like promotional stuff. Like that's how you and I got in contact.
Yeah, I always think it's so weird when like bands email me like directly. Like I got another one from a band in Massachusetts, and it wasn't like, I thought it was like a station-wide thing, but it was just to my email, and then it referenced like my show, and I was like, am I
famous?
Because like my information's like on the website, but it's not like easy to find. So I was like, it always makes me so happy when I'm just like, people are just like, hello, we want to talk to you. And I was like, okay.
Okay, sure, whatever, I'll do that.
But do you guys have any tentative, like, in the future, near future, far distant future for like a full-length album, or are you guys just going to keep doing like EPs?
I think we're just going to do EPs. I don't think people really have the attention span for a whole-ass album. I know that I don't. I can't. I don't know if I can listen to 10 songs consecutively from the same artist. I don't think I have like a favorite album because I never listened to it all the way through. But we are going back into the stew. We're going back into the stew on September 5th.
Ooh, that's coming up soon.
Yeah, I have to pay like $875 in like a week.
That's basically my whole unemployment check that I got for pandemic assistance.
Is that just in a week, or that's like total?
I don't know.
Like, I have no money flowing in, so I'm gonna assume that's
I'm not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth, but they were like, I don't qualify for regular unemployment because my yearly salary was like $4,000 because like Kent State does not pay me enough money to like qualify for unemployment. And so they were like, you can qualify for pandemic assistance. And I was like, okay. And they were like, here's all this money. And I was like, okay. I'm not gonna say no.
Wait, is that through Kent, or is that through like Ohio?
That's in Ohio.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So
is
like
Kent like a emergency fund or some shit?
They do, but my mom works for the university, so I always feel like really bad, like being like, I want to take money from Kent State. Because there are other people that are not as fortunate as I But Kent's in like a hiring freeze right now, and they're gonna. It's a mess. They're doing layoffs, and it's ugh. It's a mess. Like, it's straight up a mess. They were just like, when they were like, hey, we really love having you work here. So I'm on the phone with my boss, and she's like, hey, I really love having you work here. However, we don't have any money in the budget to pay you. And then that was it. And I was like, so did I just get fired?
Yeah. Did you just fire me?
Like, did I just get fired? And I looked at my mom, because my mom was sitting next to me while this was happening, because I was like, I know they're going to fire me, but I want like moral support. And she was like, I think you did. And I was like, oh, okay. They're like, you'll still be here till the end of the week, and then it's donezo. And I was just like, you know what? I don't even care. I was like, I've signed off. I'm going to go get blackout drunk.
Oh, I love that.
I didn't know, because we didn't have any alcohol in the house that was gluten-free, because I have celiac. So instead, I just had to sit with my thoughts. And I was like, this is so much worse.
This is gluten-free?
Yes, I have partaken in the White Claw. I'm a big fan of Dirty Shirleys, which are just Shirley Temples with alcohol in them.
Oh, great. Cute.
That's my goal before the semester was over, was to hit every single bar in Kent and see who had the best one. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. And on my birthday, I only made it to 3 bars before I was like, I'm tired. I want to go to sleep. Because I was unaware that going to the bars at 10 p.m. was considered early. And I was like, that's my bedtime.
I know, dude. Terrible.
Wait, what was your birthday? My birthday was in February, so it's on February 20th. It was on a Thursday. So I literally got super wasted, had to host my show the next morning, because I was like, Friday at 10 a.m. is the perfect time. And so I was like, hello, friends. I brought 2 people that I know, and I was like, I just have free reign. I'm just going to run the board, and I'm just going to sit here and die. It's fine.
Wait, was that your 21st birthday?
It was.
Oh, congratulations. Welcome to the club, dude.
Yes. And then now I can't even go anywhere. It is really fun, because I don't have a driver's license, but I have a state ID. So when I go places, I'm like, hello, here's my ID. And they're like, you can't come in here. And I was like, but I'm 21. They're like, you don't have a driver's license. And I was like, I know.
Oh, dude.
Like, I don't have a driver's license. Like, I'm aware that I cannot drive a vehicle legally.
Legally.
I mean, I know how to drive a car. I just don't like driving cars. So, again, checking off that stereotype, can't drive.
Can't drive. Not that you can't drive, you just don't have a vehicle. Like, you just don't have a license.
Yeah, also the car that I would be driving, our minivan Bertha, her brake fluid went, so she is officially dead, because she's a 2003 minivan, so it is RIP to Bertha. So the last question on my list is, do you have any advice to creatives who are just starting out or afraid to put their stuff out there? What would be your words of wisdom?
My first words of wisdom would be, don't stop being a fucking pussy and being so scared to release your shit. Secondly, it's like, just shoot for the stars, man, because like nothing bad can happen if you try. There's nothing wrong with trying. And if we didn't try, and just like me, I'm like crazy, like we want to have a band manager, we want to have a social media presence, like just do it. Just do it.
Shia LaBeouf, I'll green screen that in. Just
I want him like right here.
I'll make that happen. I'm sure I know how to do that. I'm sure.
I'll help you if you don't.
Well, I just got a new laptop, so everything's like a little bit new. So I just have to figure it out. I feel like
is it a Mac?
No, I went from a Dell to I guess like an MSI, and it's much bigger than what my Dell was, because I had a 2-in-1, a touch screen, so it like flipped.
Oh, nice.
But the click pad, it started breaking very, very quickly.
You're like, oh my god.
Now I gotta pay a lot more money, because I thought about getting a Mac, but then I was like, if I have to replace it, then that's like a lot of money that I have to throw back into it, and I was like, I don't have that much money.
Actually, this laptop, because I have a MacBook Pro. This is like a 2012. I think I bought it for like $3 something, and then I spent like another $200 like upgrading it, and this thing will last me like forever. Yeah,
that's what I was thinking. I was going back and forth, but I'm also indecisive as a person. So
yeah. Another stereotype, right there.
I know. I can't help it. It just happens. Oh, okay, there we go.
You're frozen. Am I frozen?
I might be frozen. That sounds right.
Am I frozen now?
No.
Oh, cool.
It happens. It does what it does, and that's on technology.
And that's on period.
That's on period. I'm doing the motion. You can't even see it, but I'm doing it.
I'll just imagine that you're doing
So that's on. I do the peace sign duck face with like the hand over the face a lot. This one? Yeah. I do that probably too much.
Oh no.
I am so invested in TikTok now. It's like not even funny.
My girlfriend, man, she just like rips me a new one every time I talk about TikTok. She's like, "Oh, you like little TikTok? Like you like watching TikTok as a grown ass 25-year-old?" I'm like, "Yes, I just love it." And I wish I had this platform when I was younger. Like I just miss Vine. Obviously, it's not the same as Vine, but like
I do miss Vine. Vine was good to me. That's how I met my not mans. Was through Vine. Yeah. It's fine. He lives 7 hours away, and he is also 20. He just turned 26. Not even 25. He's 26.
Oh my god!
I was
wow.
like, oh, no. I was like, oh no.
He's a cougar.
I was like, yeah, I've known him for a while, and I was like, we tend not to. We don't talk about it, but I was like, if you look into it, it is a little creepy. But I was like, it's not that bad.
Whatever. I'm not here to judge. I don't care.
I was like, if I overthink it, I'm just like, oh my god. But he was the one who got me on TikTok. So
are you wait? Are you like actually like on TikTok?
I am.
Shut up, dude. Hold on. Is this whole screen thing gonna be? Ah!
I don't know. I've never recorded a Zoom call before, so who's to say?
Who's to say? Yeah, if it's this screen, like I mean that's fine. Like I don't care, but it's just like I've never had that happen before.
I'm also recording myself at the same time on a different camera because I was afraid this would happen because I'm like I'm just always anxious.
Okay, you know what? You're prepared, and I like that.
I'm always super anxious, so I was like, I gotta have multiple streams. This is what I used to do in high school. I went to trade school for media production. Then I said, fuck that. So
I said, fuck that.
I said, I don't like any of this. But yeah, I keep thinking about making an Instagram for my show, or like not Instagram, but TikTok. So I have the username saved for my show, but I haven't done anything with it yet.
I just looked up your name. What is your username?
It's little Noga, so little Noga.
Okay, gotcha.
My bio is CEO of Effective Bully.
Oh my god.
My cyberbullying is too strong.
What are you, like 5'3"? Is that where you're little?
No, I'm actually 5'8". The joke was I have a younger brother, but I used to do theater, and everyone would call me Little Noga for some reason, and they were just like, my brother was Michael. So
that's cool. I like that.
Yeah, I was like,
look at you. It's you.
Me. That's you. Chaotic.
Okay, I will give you a little follow.
Ugh, cool. Amazing.
You're like, I hate this.
Oh my god, that's some quality work. That is some of my best work.
Wait, hold on. What did you say?
That TikTok right there is some of my best work. It took me like an hour to film.
It needs to have more than 13 likes. What the fuck?
There was costume changes involved.
I know. Honestly, I don't understand the filters on this thing. Like I've only made like a few, but they're not anything interesting.
Yeah, that one was my distress. Instead of actually studying for my finals, I made a TikTok instead. And my one professor for my I already forgot what she taught. That's how out of mind it is right now. But instead of taking a final, we had a final paper and then 4 essays to write for our final exam. Mm-hmm. And I was like, this is absolutely terrible. And I was like, so I'm going to channel this energy into a TikTok.
I can
And
channel this chaos into a TikTok.
I'm a very chaotic individual, is what I've come to discover as I've
what
gotten
is
older.
it, like chaotic, neutral chaotic?
I think it's chaotic. I was just looking at the alignment chart earlier today because somebody asked.
God.
I think
Are you still on Tumblr too?
I used to be. So I still have my old account that I go lurking on, but yeah, I was a super Hulock Tumblr like obsessed. You know, I've lived a interesting life.
A charmed life. You're like kind of young to have Tumblr though.
Yeah, I'm a seasoned war veteran for Tumblr though.
A seasoned war veteran?
Yeah.
I thought you said a seasoned horror veteran. I said what?
Yeah, I was there. I was there for DashCon, for the Mish Apocalypse. I was there. It was bad. I think about it. I have a Twitter mutual who has been on there longer than I have because she's older than me. And sometimes I'll see that stuff roll up on Twitter, and I was like, I qualify for the veterans discount. Like I have to qualify for it.
I might be young. So you were probably on Tumblr when you were like 9 or 10 then.
It's probably like 12, I think. And then I really got into it when I was like 13, or it was like end of middle school, beginning of high school.
Okay.
And then I kind of just sort of dipped off. But now I go on there to lurk. You know, sometimes it's just like, what's happening?
You know what? Honestly, as soon as they stopped taking porn, like as soon as they took porn off Tumblr, I'm just like not interested.
There was no point.
Yeah, there's no point. I
want to have dash roulette where sometimes somebody will reblog something very questionable.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like Tumblr is not something you open up in public ever.
No. Yeah, I was really into Vine, and then I got really, really into it like right at its peak, and then it ended. And I was like, it's so sad.
It was really good. Like it really was like up here, and then they fucked it. They fucked it so bad.
I know. They have their new one, Bite, which is like okay, but I think I'm just so down the TikTok wormhole that like.
I hate the word TikTok. If it were like a different name,
yeah,
I wouldn't be as embarrassed about it.
I don't see, because you know how there's like the algorithm for like the For You page, so I'm on like the gay side of TikTok instead of the straight side of TikTok.
Are you? No way.
Yeah.
That's so
and
crazy.
it's I know. It's like that. It's like niche that content, and then like Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh my god, I love Avatar though. I get it. That's fine.
So good. So good. My controversial question is, do you think Katara and Zuko should have ended up together?
God, I don't know. You know? I think it always should have. I mean, I can't even remember. Like, doesn't she die or something?
No, she lives. Her mom died. That was the big
her mom died. Okay. Didn't like some main character die though? I'm rewatching it now. I haven't watched that probably since I was like 12.
Yeah. I have it on box set, so
shit.
But now I can watch it when I go back to school, because I don't have a DVD player or a disc drive, because they don't make laptops with disc drives anymore.
No, they sure don't.
That's a whole other beef for a different day. I said I could record a 2-hour rant about me being like, why don't computers have disc drives anymore?
I think that is a very good question.
Why did we get rid of the headphone jack?
Why did we get rid of the headphone jack? Come on, guys. It's all about, you know what? We live in a capitalistic world. It is what it is.
No, I know.
Don't even get me started on capitalism.
That's just it. For the next 2 hours, we just talk about, it's just I said, fuck capitalism. All my homies hate capitalism.
Shut. Honestly, okay. Question: is capitalism and bisexuality a connected parallel?
You know, I don't know. I've never thought about it like that.
I think most people are bisexual. So I would assume, like, let's say like 50% of people are bisexual and they contribute to capitalism. That's like a huge group of people.
Yeah.
And, like we all know straight people love expensive shit. So of course they're contributing to capitalism too.
These are the questions.
These are very good questions. We need a scientist to research this.
Science side of Tumblr. I'd like to know the question.
What is it? Post busted is like myth busted, but it's about posts.
Yeah.
Those are the good times.
I'm bringing really resurfaced. They're resurfacing. Like sometimes
Wait, what's resurfacing?
I'll be sitting in bed and then I'll be like, remember that post where somebody asked a Narnia blog if Jake Gyllenhaal was gay? And I was like, for no reason at 3 a.m. I'm like, do you remember that? And I was like, yes, I remember that. Why are we doing this right now? Like, I'm trying to sleep.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Is Jake Gyllenhaal gay? Why would you ask us, the Narnia blog, this?
Dude, why was Narnia so big on Tumblr? That's also like another question.
I don't know.
I don't know either. It's like a weird fandom.
I wish I knew the inner workings of how Tumblr worked, but I was just merely a cog in the big machine.
Oh, fuck, dude. That's so beautiful. That's crazy. I ain't never heard that before.
I'm a cog in the machine that I'm going to rage against.
Oh, this guy. He kind of looks like Jared Leto a little bit.
He does.
Right?
He was in Donnie Darko.
Donnie Darko.
Yeah.
Have you heard that? Have you heard that saying that like if your boyfriend loves Donnie Darko, like he's a psychopath and you should probably like stop dating him?
It's like if they say they relate to Evan Peters in American Horror Story, doesn't matter which character, just Evan Peters in American Horror Story.
Period.
You just gotta go.
Like, yeah, you're gonna get murdered.
I was like, oh, cool.
What's worse, being murdered or being in a very toxic relationship?
Been in a very toxic relationship, so I think being murdered would be better.
Exactly. I 100% agree with
that. I think at any, as I always say, and for legal purposes, this is a joke, just in case for some reason this gets played back in court or my FBI agent is listening. Arson is never off the table. Like, you're just like, sometimes. They're like, I'm like murder, and I was like, no, I'm like arson.
And honestly, like think about, okay, like Carol Baskin, like definitely fucking killed her husband. Like, let's be honest, that bitch killed her husband. But he was like a horrible ass guy. Like, who cares? Like, if she killed him, like he's not contributing anything.
I was looking the other way.
I'm still looking the other way.
I choose not to see.
No, I'm totally for like people just what's it called when you're like killing people for a cause. It's not like what Dexter does, you know? Like he kills bad people. Fuck, what's that called?
Makes me think of like Robin Hood, where he rob, you rob the rich and
poor. Yeah. Begins with a V.
Vigilante.
A vigilante. That's what it is. It's a vigilante.
Yeah, it's like my favorite saying is like, kill your heroes, be gay, do crime.
I think that's totally sensible. And honestly, like, who's gonna blame a gay person for like doing serial shit?
As I say, if it mildly inconveniences me, a gay person, it's homophobic. I said the library is closed. That's homophobic.
Wow, dude. Honestly, I think my whole life is pretty homophobic then.
Right? No one could be more homophobic to me than me.
Oh my god! Wow. That is a conversation also for another day. Internalize homophobia of yourself.
Yes, let's talk about it. I said let's break it down.
Let's break it down. Where's the whiteboard? We need to really draw this out for our straight viewers.
I know. I have pen and paper and I'll just draw.
Okay, great. I love that.
It'll be perfect.
Your screen is still black, dude.
Dude, it's whatever.
This is great. I'm just looking at myself. I'm actually like kind of radiating right now. I feel like I look my skin looks great. I got my plants. This is fine. I can look at myself. This is acceptable. Whatever.
I'm just gonna not mess with my computer until we're done, and then I'll be like, well, what the fuck, man? Said you're brand new. What happened?
I just bought you.
I said, are we having performance anxiety? Is that what's happening here?
I was a little nervous. I was a little bit nervous about this.
Me too.
Oh my god, that's so nice.
I'm always nervous when I talk to anybody, but especially like bands, like when I do these interviews, because I'm like, I don't want them to think that I'm like, I have to rein it in sometimes, because I'll just like say things and I was like, no, we can't say that. We have to be professional.
Yeah,
sometimes you talk with people and you're just like, yes, I can be just a tad crazy.
Okay.
They understand. They are on the wavelength.
Yeah, we are both crazy. We get
it. But yeah, I don't think there will be a day that I'm ever like not nervous to like go to a show just because I'm like a perfectionist in that way where I'm like everything like has to go according to plan. And then I'm like, what if they don't like it? And I was like, what if they hate me? Like, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, in all honesty, I was like, the only person that's going to remember is me. So
pretty much, yeah. Because if you really think about it, like you have any interaction with somebody like that, unless like they do something really stupid or like really nice, like that's the only time that like you're really gonna remember who they are.
Yeah. Half the time I'm just like, yeah, like I've talked to them, they were like okay, but then like you talk to like other bands and you're like, they're so nice.
Yeah.
Like I got to talk to Echo Smith right before my birthday actually.
Oh dude, that's so she seems so
like,
sweet,
I was
dude.
like, they're so nice. Like they're such nice people. And it was just like, you know, sometimes you're like, cool. I've yet to interview anybody that I haven't vibed with yet.
Oh, that's good. That's really good.
I'm afraid that I'm gonna peak and then I'm just gonna have to fade into obscurity.
Fuck, dude. Wow. Like, what's the point of living? You know what I mean?
I said, I don't know if this will be a sustainable business model after I graduate, but like for now, I might as well finesse what I can.
Well, it's like those people on Twitch who just like they just game all day and they get a lot of money. So it's just like anything can be lucrative, but like if you know how to finagle your way to make it profitable, you might as well.
I'm trying to get somebody to sponsor me to play Webkins. So
Webkins. Oh my god.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, what about Neopets? Did you ever play Neopets?
I was not a Neopets. I was strictly Webkins.
Fuck, dude. Wait, I gotta show you my Neopets card collection here.
I was big in Pokemon, so I had like a big Pokemon card collection.
Oh, gotcha. Dude, that thing's probably worth so much money right now.
You know what? I ended up giving it away because my brother was too young, and then he was like, I'm into Pokemon. And I was like,
you're like, fuck you.
Like, fuck, dude.
God, I'm in the closet again. This is so crazy. Dude, I don't know where the fuck. Oh, wait. It's my other closet. Do you live in Lakewood or you live in Kent? No, you live in
Twinsburg.
Twinsburg. Right.
Normally during the school year, I'm at I live in Kent.
Okay, gotcha.
But I'm up in Lakewood a lot.
Dude, get out of Kent, man. It's just like, I don't know.
That's what everybody says. Everyone's like, my friend went to Kent, now she goes to OSU, and she's like, I don't know what it is about Kent, but she's like, there is something there that just drains the life out of you.
It's really depressing because, like, literally you go to the same, like, 2 bars all the time, but, like, here, you can go to Cleveland, you can go to, like, I go to the beach almost every single day, and, like, that's so refreshing, and, like, you can go to a different bar every night, and, like, I don't know, man. Sorry, I'm not even wearing any pants. I said fuck it.
It's okay. Honestly, I'm not really even wearing real pants either, so it works out.
Who gives a shit?
Not me.
This is my quad collection. My Neopets.
I love it. I didn't know they had cards. I just thought they were just, like, online.
Yeah, you could, like, I think you could, like, put in a code or something like that.
Oh, so it was kind of like Webkins, but not really Webkins.
Yeah, but not really. And they also had this, like, handheld, like, it was just, like, a black and white game. And then you can just, like, play, and you had your own Neopets and shit. It was so cool.
Love that. So cool. Yeah, I've logged a lot of hours because I don't have a Switch, so I couldn't play Animal Crossing. So I was like, I'm going to play Webkins. And I have logged a lot of hours in Webkins already.
How the fuck did you, like, remember your... How'd you remember your passcode for
periodically, I'd, like, go back on because they're like, we deleted after you haven't been active in 7 years, so I always go back, like, periodically, and I'm just like, yeah, well, it's been the same password. Like, password never changed up until now because they just had, like, a data breach. So I still have my old account because sometimes when I need to, like, complete tasks and stuff, like, they're like, you need to ask your friends for X amount of whatever. Mm-hmm. So I'll send it to, like, my old account, but then I have a new account that I've been playing on, and That's
insane, dude.
I know.
Holy shit.
Put a lot of money into Webkins. I don't want to say how much, but it's a lot.
Is it over 500 but less than 1,000?
I don't think it's quite 500.
Okay,
so it's probably
over 500, less than 5.
We're definitely in the triple digits, I would have to say.
Oh my god, dude.
I was like, yes, I'm unemployed. This is fine. I'm making smart
I'm
business.
furloughed.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
It's
I said,
fine.
I am God here in this Webkinz reality, and for now, that's all I need. I have to be in control. This is it.
It's like when girls like cut their hair really drastically because they like that's the only thing they can actually change because they can't change
Yeah, I've done that. I just did that. Well, I haven't gotten a haircut in a while, but
Same.
that's how I ended up with really short hair. I was just like, I want to shave all my hair off, but then I was like, my mom said no, so I went with this because the girl that cuts my hair, we've been friends since kindergarten, so she's like, I'm not shaving all your hair off, you're gonna hate it. And I was like, okay. So I got the same haircut as my brother by accident, so now we look exactly the same.
Oh, that's so sweet. That's so nice.
He's taller than me now, and we look the same, and it's not boding well for me.
Can you put a side-by-side picture?
Yes, I will.
Good. I love that.
It's kind of, it's a little unnerving, I would say.
So disturbing. I like that.
Yeah.
Good cash.
Yeah. But I've done the chop and dye. I've done the fire truck red hair for absolutely no reason. Ooh, I was like,
really?
I said I'm meant for
no reason?
Well, I mean, I'm sure there was a reason, but
I was gonna say, like, that's the phase like that a woman goes through that like you should just leave them alone. Like they're going through some shit. Like that's
you're just like yeah, because I had really long purple hair.
Mm-hmm.
And then I chopped it all off and I went from like back length hair to like a bob. And then it was bright red.
Nice.
I was like, yes, I've made smart hair moves.
Was but that then it ended up your emo phase?
No, I don't think I ever really fully truly had an emo phase, but it got too because like my hair grows really fast and it's so dark, so then I'd have to go every 2 weeks to like get it bleached and dyed again. And I was like, I don't want to keep doing that. And I just dyed it back to this color. Like, which is my natural hair color. So I haven't had dye in my hair in a long time, but
oh nice, dude.
Yeah. I miss my long hair, but also like I do look like an e-boy with a baseball cap on. I wear it backwards. So I'm throwing out some confusing vibes into the world, but it's okay.
I think it'll get you a lot of views on TikTok, so that's fine. If you could make it work, why not? That's cool.
I saw this strange, I don't know how it ended up on my For You page, but I sent it to like 8 different people, just no context, at like 3 a.m. And I was like, and I woke up to a bunch of Jen, why would you do this? And I was like,
why did you send this to me? I actually
yes, I guess. I don't know. It was a straight boy, and I know this because of the way he dressed. And it was a POV, and it was like he was getting first off, you already know it's bad.
I hate that so much.
So the camera never moves, it's on his face. And I guess the insinuation is that he's getting either a blowjob or a hand job in the car. But he's like not even acting. There's no flavor to it, you know.
There's no flavor.
So then
he was probably like 16. I was
like, what are you doing?
Your mom can see this. Like, do you even know what that is? Stop.
I said, and then we were discussing the logistics of like, what if somebody like, do they just have like a giraffe neck, or like what is happening? Like
a what?
Like a giraffe neck. So like
that's why the camera neck.
The camera didn't move, and I was like, I don't know. I was like, these are a lot of questions. It's too early to think about.
You know what? I'm never getting a blowjob in my life. I would be like, okay, this is what it is. I wouldn't even question.
I said I would rather not know.
Yeah. Period. You're like, I don't know why I'm watching this. This is terrible.
my friend Rory, she sent me a TikTok of like, I forget, like it was this stiff sock. I don't know where she finds these things, but it was a stiff sock. And the girl in the TikTok like microwaved it and then wrung it out, and I was like, oh my god. I was like, why would you send me this?
Oh my god.
I was like, I don't need to see this. And then I had to
I'm too young to know what this is.
I said, my sweet, innocent young eyes.
Oh my god. Stop.
Oh my god.
Stop.
I said, I pretend I do not see.
I see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil.
I said, be gone, devil.
Honestly, TikTok is just another realm of like evil. I've seen so much shit on there, dude. Just like a huge spectrum. Like you think you've hit the weird, and then like you see even weirder shit. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, dude.
Sometimes I do be seeing that weird shit on Twitter, and I was like, why?
I can't get into Twitter. I'm just like whatever about it. It's like cool. It's like fun.
I don't tweet that often, but I have a lot of good Twitter drafts. There just never seems like a right moment to tweet them. But like I have a good collection of thoughts. Like for a hot minute in quarantine, I was like, so if Remy from Ratatouille was a Jedi, would he be from Tatooine? And I tweeted that. And I was like, this is a good tweet.
How was the response?
Some people were like, that's funny, and they're like, my friends were like, this seems right. But then I posed the question, if there's a Pope in Cars 2, does that mean that the Cars practice Catholicism? And they're like, Jen, go to bed. And I was like, it's 10 in the morning. I've slept.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, go back to bed.
I've slept. So these my thoughts, they're so powerful.
They're reeling. They're reeling all the time.
I know. Like sometimes I'll just randomly text like my brother or my friends, and I'm just like, hey, do you think ketchup is considered a smoothie if tomatoes are considered fruits?
Oh my god.
I have so many thoughts. The government's gonna murk me. I'm convinced.
FBI's be like, okay, she's too woke. We
They're
have
like,
to stop her.
911.
911. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Said it is time.
They're like, at Little Noga, terminated.
They said, I said, if I ever go missing, I said, just know it's because my brain thoughts were too powerful.
I was just coming up with, I have really good drafts. That's why I'm being murdered. Really
yeah. I said, I knew too much. My cyberbullying was too effective.
Ooh, shit. I don't mind cyberbullying or racist. I think that's fine.
I'm too, as I like to say, for my hometown, I'm too OP. Like, I could just verbally assault somebody and be like, fine, and be like, and no sweat off my back. But like, if I go back to Kent, like, I'm just like, I'm a heavy hitter when I go back to Kent, but like here, I'm just like too powerful. Be from this setting.
Stop.
Chaotic gay. That's the vibe.
Yeah, dude, come on. We're a very powerful community. Like,
yeah.
Dude, have you ever seen Killing Eve? Ever watched that show?
I know about it. I haven't seen it yet, mostly because.
What, dude? Fucking watch it. Seriously, it is so good. It's incredible.
I know Sandra Oh's in it, and she's amazing.
I don't give a fuck about Sandra Oh. I'm like not interested in Sandra Oh. Like the writer, she did Fleabag, and like Fleabag is an also really good show. Like if you have Amazon Prime, you can watch that for free on there, and I would highly recommend it. Actually, I would watch Fleabag, and then I would watch Killing Eve.
Okay. Yeah. Let me jot that down.
You go and jot that down.
Fleabag first.
Yeah, her name is Phoebe Waller-Bridge. You can look her up.
I do know who she is.
Yeah. She's just amazing. I just love her so much.
Yeah. I sometimes I watch problematic TV shows just because like why not? But like I have completely finished 13 Reasons Why, and I was like, I'm so problematic, but I've already been too invested.
I think that show's trash.
It sucks. It's like, it absolutely is awful, but then I was like, it can't get any worse than this. And then now you're 2 seasons in.
And you're like, fuck, I have to.
And you're like, fuck, now I'm invested in these shitty characters, and I gotta see how it ends.
Dude, have you ever watched Love Island? Like, that is trash.
I've heard that's really trash. Riverdale is my friend's like go-to like insane show. Like I'll send her like, you know how BuzzFeed does like their weekly recaps, and they're like things that happened on Riverdale that definitely really did happen and are not a lie. And I was like, did these happen? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, bro. I was like, this can't be real. She's like, no, it's real.
It's fucking real, dude. They just like, they don't give a fuck. Like that show, like I remember just watching the first episode and be like, okay, this is stupid. And then like I read about it and like I see other like recaps of the episodes and shit. I'm just like, how did it go from like normal to like this witch coven like that's happening? And then like they have like those two tribes or whatever between that like white chick and that other like black chick or whatever. I don't know. It's insane. It just doesn't make any sense. Like if you just read topically like what it's about, you're just like, I don't understand like how this show is still going on.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I feel like we could go on forever, but I do believe Zoom only gives us a certain amount of time before it kicks us off.
Oh shit. Oh, okay.
Yes, when things roll back up at Kent, and we'll go in and we'll duke it out in the studio. We'll just be like every week. You're just like, hello guys, we have
I'll come every week.
Literally, that's how strapped I am for content all the time. I'm just like, hello guys. I said, come ask us questions.
The lesbian is back.
Yes.
Back for more.
Well, my friend Julia hosts a show called Dumb Bitch Hours, and that's basically what this was.
But dude, I think I saw that. I think I saw that on like your little bio. Is that what it was? Yeah. I saw that.
I'm a Dumb Bitch Hours stan account.
Dude, my girlfriend did Black Squirrel Radio too.
Really? Yeah.
Do you know Hannah Sheridan?
The name sounds really familiar.
Okay, Sarah Tamilio.
I feel like I've heard these names like as I was like probably getting into Kent. And
they're like my age, so I don't even know that's like.
So like I was probably just joining BSR, and then.
Yeah, because you're like 4 years younger than us, so like that would make sense that they were like leaving as you were coming back in.
Yeah, but the names do sound familiar. I've heard the names.
Oh, good. They've left such a legacy.
I feel like everybody knows everybody. Either you've worked for Black Squirrel Radio or you know a band that knows somebody who works for Black Squirrel Radio.
Kent is like really small. You can pretty much like, I don't know if you've seen the L Word, but you can just like track everybody who like.
You can throw a stone and hit somebody that knows somebody.
Exactly. I agree with that.
But it was very nice to talk to you. This is super fun. I'm sorry my camera froze.
That's fine. I've just been looking at myself. I'm gorgeous, so that's fine.
Do you have anything you want to plug in the last anything? Or do we feel like we covered it?
Okay, I'm going to do like the thing where I'm just like, hi, this is Danna from Post Saga, and like I'll make an announcement.
Yes, do it.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to do one of these things. Oh, I just cracked my back. Hi, I'm Danna from Post Saga, and we're having a live stream next Saturday, June 20th at 9 p.m., and we will also be releasing our new music video for Call My Name next week at a secret time and a secret date. So just keep your little eyes open for it. Bye!